I wanted to open with a quote from a movie. Then I realized the movie was 24 years old, and I date myself enough in this class as it is. So instead, I'll just begin. This is a book of my family genealogy, written in the 1800s. And this is my family crest. It's the Neelan family coat of arms, along with our family motto, Non Sibi. It means not for self. That family crest was given to us by Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce, for those who don't know, was King of Scots, and he led the first war for independence in Scotland, and he's a national hero, along with his contemporary William Wallace. If I had lived 21 generations ago, I would have been William Wallace's cousin. Now, to be related to a hero of Scotland is kind of a big deal, and this part of our family history has always been almost mythical in its prevalence in our family story. We are Scots. We're related to William Wallace. We are Neelans. We fight. We're independent. We live non sibi, not for self. With this kind of heritage, I've always wondered if our family culture or mythology has shaped me more, or if it is my Neelan blood that has had more to do with what and who I am. As I said, this Neelan mythology is a large part of our family story. That original coat of arms was brought to the US in the 1600s, and the original is still in the Neelan family today. When it comes to preserving history and legend, we don't mess around. A copy of that coat of arms is framed in my grandparents' house. It's framed right now in my parents' house, and I'm sure someday a copy will be framed in my house as well. My grandfather and his descendants have always valued this coat of arms as a sign of their independence, as a sign of their identity. It's part of their fierceness, their fight for others, the way that they embrace a worthy cause and will sacrifice not for oneself. Of course, Scots of the 14th century were a fierce group, willing to sacrifice for others and for their freedom. I have leaned on these cultural values of freedom and independence more than once. I clung to the idea of freedom and autonomy when I didn't have it as a child and adolescent. I value it now as an adult, and I have fiercely embraced a cause many times in my life. Probably sometimes a little too hardcore. Having not only a strong family mythology, but a full-blown culture that comes with it has given me something to fall back on when other things I was sure of were lost. When I had to break from the values of my parents and totally change my life, I needed strength. The independence and freedom that I gathered from the culture of my past helped give me strength. As I changed my path, I needed direction. My belief in community and doing things not for self gave me direction. And as I look forward now to new adventures, I see the bravery of my ancestors in the way that they explored new worlds and changed their lives, echoed in my own life. I will never know how much of my connection to my past is cultural or biological, or is just purely based on that family mythology. But I think it's important to keep these stories of these people alive, because these stories teach us important life lessons and perhaps give us strength and inspiration when we need it. I will never lead a charge for a country's freedom, but I like to think that I led the charge for my own freedom and my young family's freedom, and I hope that my ancestors would be proud.